The cameras weren't supposed to catch this moment. It wasn't planned, it wasn't rehearsed, yet it may go down as one of the most explosive political confrontations in years. Picture it, Keir Starmer, Labour's carefully polished leader, strolling through a busy high street, shaking hands and flashing smiles for the press. Everything looked staged, perfect, until a British veteran stepped forward. His voice was steady but sharp, his eyes filled with the weight of experience. What happened next was brutal, raw, and impossible to ignore. Without warning, the veteran called Starmer out, accusing him of betraying those who had given everything for Britain. He spoke of soldiers who came home broken, homeless, ignored, and forgotten. He spoke of promises Starmer had made, about housing, about mental health, about real support for veterans, that, according to him, never materialized. The crowd froze. Passers-by pulled out their phones. Suddenly, this wasn't a photo op. It was an ambush of truth. And then came the bombshell. The veteran claimed he had seen documents, leaks that suggested Starmer's team had quietly pushed aside veteran care policies to focus on voter-friendly issues instead. He said money meant for housing projects had been redirected, and mental health support had been scaled back. His words cut through the noise of the street like a knife. You talk about honor, you talk about leadership, but you've abandoned the men and women who actually fought for this country. Starmer tried to respond, but his usual calm, lawyer-like tone cracked under the pressure. He stumbled over his words, insisting Labour had plans for veterans, insisting he cared. But the veteran wasn't done. He pressed harder, demanding to know why ex-soldiers were still sleeping rough in Britain's cities while politicians enjoyed privilege and power. He pointed to real cases, names, faces, broken lives, stories the cameras had rarely shown. Each example hit harder than the last, and Starmer's silence grew heavier. The crowd began to murmur. Some gasped. Others nodded. For once, it wasn't a politician controlling the narrative, it was a veteran, speaking unfiltered truth, and there was no way to spin it. The more the veteran spoke, the more Starmer's carefully crafted image of compassion and leadership crumbled before everyone's eyes. Then came the devastating finale. The veteran looked Starmer dead in the eye and asked the question no politician wants to face: if you can't fight for us, the ones who fought for Britain, then who exactly are you fighting for? The street fell silent. Starmer had no answer. Cameras flashed. The clip spread online within minutes, igniting a storm of anger, debate, and disbelief. And now Britain is left wondering, was this just one veteran's voice, or the start of a movement that could shatter Starmer's credibility once and for all? If the dirty secrets of veterans' betrayal are only now coming to light, what other truths are waiting to be exposed?